Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll be traveling through Europe quite a lot during the coming months, and I was wondering what tools I should carry with me. I usually have quite a number of tools with me. I have two sets. One is the set of staple tools that I always have in my pocket, and there are two tools that I've been trying out to work out which one is best adapted to my needs. So, the standard set that I have is a Swiss Army knife Cyber Tool 34. And the reason it's called Cyber Tool is because it has the screw adapters and the posi drive screwdriver. Originally, it came out around 2000 because it could be used to open PlayStations and your computer and so on. I originally had the Swiss Army knife Swiss Army knife champ, and literally a day later I saw this and exchanged it for that. So that was the first Swiss Army knife model that I've had. This model is a replacement. I replaced it in 2010 when I lost the original Swiss Army knife Cyber Tool 34, but I bought the same model again. So that this forms part of my standard equipment that I always have with me. The second part that I always carry with me is a set of tough cut shears, and these are just incredibly handy in sort of everyday situation. So I always have those two with me. And another thing that I've found extremely helpful was after my deployment. I kept hold of my Gerber strap cutter. Now I bought this one recently, but we were issued one, and that one is in Coyote Tan. This one is black because I bought this. The reason I bought this one was because I keep the other one on my with my deployment equipment at all times, but this one is for my personal use. This is extremely useful for absolutely opening boxes, opening parcels, sort of cutting things. This is an extremely useful tool, and also for its intended purposes of cutting seatbelts and breaking safety glass. I wouldn't go anywhere without it now. It's sort of become another part of extension to my hand, really. I've literally these three items I found extremely useful, and I find it sort of difficult to be without them. I have tried, but I've always felt for a couple of days I've just felt extremely unable to work without them because the situations I find myself, I just need these tools. So the second now, this is sort of the set one. The second set are the two tools that I'm not sure about, and I would like to probably get some of your feedback onto which one I should carry. So the first one is the one I was issued. It's the Gerber 400 multiplier. The major thing, first of all, the likes. I absolutely love the one-handed opening and one-handed closing of this tool. I love the lightweight weight of the tool. It's not really heavy. It's really sort of light and easy to carry with you, especially on your belt. That's how I carry it. I always carry it on the belt. Or when I was deployed, I had it with a zip tie on my Osprey body armor. I wish it had a sort of a longer attachment that you could rig through a molly system, but it doesn't. I think that's a sort of a shortcoming, especially since a lot of these tools from Gerber are aimed at the military. They've messed up on the sheath there. Another thing that they've messed up is the blade. I don't like this blade. I've said this before, but I really don't like this at all. The second thing is the scissors. I've been sort of embarrassed with these scissors using them. They're absolutely horrible. They're not sharp at all. These scissors are useless. They are not sharp at all. They hardly ever cut properly. I've not sharpened them myself, but I may have to do that. But as they come, 6 months with these, it was useless. I just used this one. I didn't even use the scissors, and I always like a multi-tool with scissors. I don't actually consider anything without a scissors a multi-tool, because I think scissors are really important, more so than a knife blade in a pair of multipliers. I just can't be without scissors, and that's my priority. It might not be yours, but that's absolutely fine. But for me, my priority are always scissors, because I need to cut things, I need to get into things. So for me, a multi-tool must have a pair of scissors. So that's tool one. The second tool is the SOG EOD with scissors. Now, I was given this, and this is just a brilliant tool. I absolutely love the softness, the quietness of operation, almost like a machine. This has scissors, and it also has the knife blade that I really like. The only thing I don't like about this is these levers. One is really easy to open, the other is a bit difficult to open, and they snap off. It's not really uncomfortable to have without them, but it's better to have it with. So that's a bit sort of a fiddly thing almost. I don't mind it, but I wish there was a better mechanism there. Without these, I wish they just sort of, because they've tried to fit in quite a lot of the tools, I just wish they'd just rounded off the edges themselves, but they've not done that. They are quite round, but not as round as, say, a Leatherman. But in Leatherman, you cannot fit the amount of tools that they have managed to fit into here. So I suppose it's a bit of a give and take, but you know, I'm sure that they will in the coming years probably work out to probably get rid of this and make it better, because they have, from their older versions, they have quite improved this tool quite a lot. So I would like your opinion on which tools, from your experience, you think that I should carry. The only problem with this is that it's slightly big, but obviously I quite like that. But in terms of weight, I don't have a weighing machine, but you know, this is definitely the heavier version. At the moment, it's quite ridiculous because I'm actually carrying both, but that's sort of to assess which one is better. But at the moment, I'm actually going for this one. So I'd love to hear from you and your opinions. The only thing about this that I'm actually getting to learn and to use is this compound leverage, because the other tools I've had a Leatherman for ages, but they are very difficult to get into, especially with gloves, and the tools are really difficult to get into in Leatherman, especially when your hands are extremely cold, whereas they're not so difficult with the Gerber or with the SOG. This one's quite free to open and close, but this one, because of the gear system, I've never sort of had anything like this, so I'm sort of getting used to learning how to use this. So I'd love to hear your opinions on which one of these two tools you think I should carry, and why. And the reason being is because you've probably some of you probably have a bit more experience with plier based tools, because I've always just carried a Swiss Army knife. I've had a Leatherman wave for quite a long time, but I've never really carried it. It's always been at home. I never took it into the military with me at all. I only took my Swiss Army knife. I never really needed it, but now as my priorities change and sort of my work as an engineer becomes more and more hands-on, and I'm learning new skills, I do need a pair of pliers that I it's easy to have on. So I'd love to hear from you, and I look forward to reading some of the comments. Please give me good comments, not negative comments or anything. I'd love to learn from your experience, so I look forward to them. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.